La Liga has a Barcelona problem right now, and I'm not talking about their bank accounts or referee scandals or any of the usual noise. I'm talking about something far more dangerous. This Barcelona side has scored in 53 consecutive matches. That is the longest scoring streak in the history of the club. Not just this season, ever. And if you aren't a Barca fan, that should absolutely terrify you. I've spent a lot of time looking at what Hansi Flick has built here. If you're a neutral, it's pure cinema. But this is the second time this season we've heard the whispers about defensive stability. The first time in October, Real Madrid thought they had buried this team. They won the Clásico, went 5 points clear, and the narrative was that Barcelona was finished. But since that loss, 7 straight wins in La Liga. Suddenly, they're 4 points clear at the top. So how did Hansi Flick pull this off? How did he take a team that looked broken and turn them into a juggernaut? Let's go back to October 26th. The Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona drops the Clásico. Kylian Mbappe finds the net. Jude Bellingham follows it up with a header. Real Madrid goes 5 points clear. I remember watching that game and thinking, okay, this is where it falls apart for them. The headlines were brutal. They'd been thrashed by Sevilla, knocked out of the Champions League by PSG. Everyone was writing the obituary for the Flick era before it even started. But that loss didn't break them, it provoked them. Since that night in Madrid, Barcelona has been perfect in the league. 7 games, 7 wins, 21 points from a possible 21. They've hammered in 21 goals in that span. They aren't just winning matches, they are erasing teams from the pitch. The most common thing you hear is that this Barcelona is worse than last year's. The data says otherwise. After 17 games last season, they had 38 points and 40 goals. This season, 43 points and 49 goals. They are statistically superior in every metric, and they've done this while enduring an injury crisis that would have sent most clubs into a tailspin. Think about the names that have missed time. Joan Garcia, Raphinha, Gavi, Alejandro Balde, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo, Robert Lewandowski. That isn't just a list of players. That is the core of the team. Yet they survived. And now that the squad is getting healthy, the rest of Europe should be on high alert. What Flick did after the Clásico was a tactical masterclass. The defense was a shambles, conceding in 10 straight games. The high defensive line that worked so well previously was being exploited every week. When Inigo Martinez left in the summer, the structure collapsed. But Flick didn't panic. He experimented with Ronald Araujo and Pau Cubarsí, then Eric Garcia and Cubarsí. Then he found a solution no one saw coming. Gerard Martin at center back. It sounds crazy, a natural left back playing in the heart of the defense, but it worked. Martin's left foot allowed Cubarsí to move to his natural right side. More importantly, it freed up Eric Garcia to move into the midfield as a defensive pivot. Eric Garcia has become the unsung hero of this season. He's played in every single official match, 24 games straight. Whether he's at center back, right back, or holding midfield, he delivers. Against Osasuna, they finally kept a clean sheet, and that wasn't a fluke. It was the result of Flick finally finding the right balance. But fixing the defense was only half the job. Flick had to reignite the attack. Look at Robert Lewandowski. People said he was washed, too old, done. Since returning from injury, he has 4 goals in 3 matches and 8 for the season. He's still the most clinical finisher in the game. Then there's Marcus Rashford. He arrived on loan from Manchester United with his confidence in the gutter. Flick gave him a role with total freedom. The result, 6 goals and 9 assists in 16 matches. 15 direct goal contributions. He has arguably been more productive than Yamal or Lewandowski. He's one of only 6 players in Europe's top 5 leagues with a 5-5 season already. If you love the beautiful game, stick with us. Subscribe and see all our future football videos. And don't forget Fermin Lopez. He went from a squad player to an absolute monster. 7 goals, 4 assists, and a work rate that doesn't stop. When Flick blocked his exit in the summer, people scratched their heads. Now he looks like the best midfielder in the squad. But the real crown jewel is Lamine Yamal. After the Clásico, Yamal was struggling. The pressure of being the next big thing was clearly weighing on him. Flick sat him down and demanded he play for the badge, not the highlight reel. The shift was instant. In the 5 matches since that talk, Yamal has 5 goal contributions. When he is mentally dialed in, he isn't just a talent, he's the best player in the world. And he's only 18. However, the scariest part isn't even the goals. It's the man between the posts. Joan Garcia has been the signing of the summer. Against Villarreal, he was a wall. 5 saves, perfect long ball accuracy, and his 6th clean sheet. When Joan Garcia is in goal, the entire team plays differently. They face fewer shots, they recover more balls, and the defenders play with a calmness that wasn't there before. He is the undisputed #1 for the present and the future. And now, Raphinha is back. To understand why this matters, you have to look at his stats from last year. 60 goal contributions, 34 goals and 26 assists. He was playing at a Ballon d'Or level, destroying Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Yet the awards ignored him. He finished 5th in the Ballon d'Or and didn't even make the FIFA Pro Best 11. He came into this season with a point to prove, but then the injuries hit. Without him, Barca lost their bite. But against Osasuna, he returned with 2 goals and that relentless pressing. Raphinha's energy is viral. When he sprints, the whole team follows. When you put Raphinha and Lamine Yamal on the pitch at the same time, it's a nightmare for defenders. They are perfect opposites. Yamal creates the chaos, Raphinha punishes it. Defenders double and triple team Yamal because they're terrified of his feet, which leaves Raphinha wide open in the space they just vacated. They are 10 years apart in age, but they play like they share a brain. Add Pedri pulling the strings, Lewandowski dominating the box, Firmino causing havoc between the lines, and Rashford's pace on the counter. It's honestly not fair. Barcelona is the only team in Europe with 4 different players who have scored 5 or more league goals. Ferran Torres has 11, Lewandowski has 8, Yamal has 7, and Raphinha has 7. Hansi Flick's Barcelona closed out 2025 with 169 goals in 60 matches. That is an average of nearly 3 goals per game. It is the most prolific Barcelona side in history that doesn't feature Lionel Messi. So this is the reality. Barcelona is top of the table. They've won 8 straight league games by at least 2 goals. They've fixed the defense, the superstars are healthy, and the manager has the locker room fully bought in. Real Madrid thought they broke this team in October. In reality, they just gave Hansi Flick the motivation to build a monster. When this team is clicking, they don't just win, they humiliate you. 4, 5, 6 goals at a time. The rest of La Liga is praying for a slip-up, because if this group stays healthy, the title race might be over before the new year really kicks into gear. Hansi Flick has woken up a giant, and right now, it looks absolutely unstoppable. Real Madrid wanted to bury them, but all they did was create their own worst nightmare.